Teachable for life. Why humility is the engine of excellence. How and why you should always have an attitude of humility so you can always be teachable, you can always learn new things and never assume that you have reached your destination. This will be a fun topic and I will try to keep it short and succinct. Before we dive in, if you don't know, I am Sam and I'm the co-founder of Kingdom Impact Lab, and we are helping Christian entrepreneurs and business owners to start off with apply Christ-like love, integrity, generosity, humble service and transformative excellence, or LIGHT to remember the acronym, into their day-to-day decisions so you proactively pursue Christ-likeness and making a big impact in everything you do, rather than succumbing to the external pressures that you may feel in the workplace, in business, in the marketplace. And basically it's how you as an individual can align who you are as a person with your actions in the outside world, and you can become Christ-like in what you do while still achieving and hitting your business goals as well. So in this video we will talk about how and why you should stay teachable. So this directly applies to the previous video about feedback without fear, how to grow faster than everyone around you, and essentially what you want. One of the virtues of Christ-like light is humble service. Humble service would be that you view the person that you're interacting with, whether they are your highest paying client or someone that you've just had a conversation with on LinkedIn, or whether it's the person that comes to clean your office. You treat each person as an individual human made in the image of God, Imago Dei, and you view them as having a unique set of gifts and something that you can learn from them. You having humility means you elevate the other person above yourself, and when you do that, you are looking for ways that you can learn from them, and there is an infinite number of ways that you can learn from anyone. There's an infinite number of ways you can learn from anyone, and I'm quite confident that that's actually an accurate statement. And if you can't find what you can learn from them, that's down to you and not the other person. I remember doing a video training series from Jordan Peterson on marriage, and he was talking about with your partner that there is an infinite number of things that you don't know about them, and it's your job and responsibility to find them out. And if you think you know that person inside out, you're completely wrong, and it's down to you to actually find what areas of their personality and interests and lives you can explore more to get to know them on a deeper level as a person. And that's what you do with your spouse. Most people sadly don't do that and neglect it, and unfortunately as well, I don't do that all the time as much as I would like to, because life, business, kids, babies get in the way of doing things. Any parent of young kids know exactly what I mean there. But the point is that with your spouse, there is an infinite number of things that you do not know about them, you can learn about them. So if that's the person that you live with and spend most of your time with and have built a life with, imagine what it's like for someone that you don't know. Have an attitude of humility, so you can interact with every person in all walks of life to learn from them. And when you do, you are going to learn so many things that you never knew. I've had several examples of this recently where I've had conversations with people who we don't necessarily resonate on what we talk about. I'm polite about it. I'm not there to disagree with someone or have an argument with someone. I'm happy to listen to what people have to say. But if I disagree with it, I also look for the interaction of well, I might not necessarily agree with your ideas, but perhaps I don't fully understand how you reach a conclusion. However, there are an infinite number of things that I can learn about you and apply to my own life, regardless. So every interaction then becomes a learning experience. And having that attitude, if you're teachable, you're humble, people want to help you, people will want to share with you, and you're having a conversation with someone, and you go in there with the intention of finding out what they're good at or uniquely gifted at or skilled at so you can learn from them. You make the conversation about them. And a lot of the times, by you simply doing that, you will be a blessing to that other person, because few people take the time to get to know them and what they can learn and what they can do. And that's the attitude to have. Another thing is, or another reason why you have to have the humility is because excellence dies when pride takes over. And we see this in the Bible all the time. I mean, I've been reading through the Old Testament, and the theme in the Old Testament is all the time that it's the people move away from God and start to worship idols. And that's the recurring theme in the Old Testament. And that seems to be a universal theme among humans as well throughout all ages of society, that the actual idols that people worship change from what it was back in the Old Testament time to today, where the idols of today, money, power, luxury items, consumerism, vanity metrics, all of these things, your investments, your business, productivity can become an idol. But the fact of the matter is, always people over time drift towards some form of idolatry without focusing on the eternal truth, the eternal word, God, everything that is the foundation of everything that you do. And naturally pride starts to enter the equation. You can see this in the story of Solomon. Solomon, who was the wisest king of all, who at the end of his life fell into some less than graceful activities. So it can happen to the best of us. So having this attitude of humility prevents pride from entering, and when you keep pride in check, you can focus on what's important and you can stay true to what's important. And more importantly, when pride's left away, because you have such a strong attitude of humility, there is much more alignment between who you are as a person and your actions on the outside. Because if you drift into focusing on money or allowing pride, you as a person will be different to your actions, because the world's pulling you in different directions. Anyway, I won't go on talking about that. I think that's enough for this video. Besides, there's chaos erupting outside. So just to quickly summarise, have an attitude of humility. Treat each person you interact with as someone that you can learn from. And when you do, you will be teachable. You will expand your knowledge. There's an infinite amount of things that you can learn from anybody that you interact with. It's down to you to uncover it. And when you make that your mission, as a byproduct of you trying to learn from them, you will be a blessing to them as well, while improving your skills, ability, and everything that you do. That's all. See you next time.